Welcome to the world of primes. Welcome to the world of primes, where farms and pharma, is it farms or pharma? Which science did we come into? Let's unravel a few numbers in prime. Remember what I do. I only bring out the reality that there can be a further equation inside something that seems so finite. And we're going to start with this. On number 1 and 2, it says Abba, Father. I'm going to be putting this book between the gates. Inside 1 and 2, it says Abba. Follow the lines. Inside 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way through 15, all the way through 15. The numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. The numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. There are other things that go along with this. If this was Fibonacci, it would be 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 2. So Fibonacci matches the same area where 2 is prime. 1 and 2 is 3, where 1 and 2 is 3. Where 3 and 2 will now create 5. 1 and 2 is 3. Okay. 3 and 2 will now create 5. And then it stops. So we have the beginning of Fibonacci. So we're going to bring this in here and show you what this does. That 1 and 2 is Abba. 2 and 3 is BC Communications to Electric Company. 4 and 7 is Jesus. And 7 is the number understanding baseball. 3 balls and 4 strikes is 7. But you can only get one of the two. It'll be 4 balls and 2 strikes maximum, or it'll be 2 balls and 3 strikes maximum. So it'll be 5 or 6. 7 never gets to be reached. 5 and 2 is the key to Earth. The split. 6 and 13 is 6 and 4, 64. 6 and 4, the law and the touchdown. 613, law and touchdown. 717 will create 78, 15, 15, 30 creation inside Q or Mars. The reverse of this is JQ, the jack hook. Here is 8 and 19, heaven of UI, artificial intelligence. I have to move this away. I can't work with it. We have the 8th one is 19. The 9th one, 9 to 5, EIO on the farm. At the same time, it becomes A and I. Excuse me, this A and I was done, sorry. We have number 23. This will create 5 and 6. Okay, not only do we have 9 and 5, but this will create 5 and 6 because it gets flipped upside down. And 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, create 5 and 6, 11. In the 10th one, we have the birth, which creates 16, which creates the 7th gate. It becomes 729. 140, the DNA in the 10 house. 7 times 9, 63. Rationing out Fahrenheit and Celsius through the moons of Jupiter. 2 and 4, here comes the sun system cat, altered current. 12 and 37, we've now completed 6 and 6, 12, right? 2 sides of the cubes, 2 cubes, 12, or 3 cubes. Because we put 3 cubes together, I want to show you that I'm just going to get a few things out here, is that we have 3 cubes. But the thing is, with the 3 cubes, we have to put them like this. So it's 4 around, 4 around, 4 around, and the floor to the roof do not count. And don't count the pulls. So these 3 dice, which have 18 sides, only counts for 14. 18 counts for 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 8 and 1 is 9, 5 and 9, 5 and 9, 5 and 9. We have the birth, we have altered current 3 and 1. We now have it repeated in 11 as it repeats in 5. 11 is 31 over here. We have 31 over here inside 6. Sorry, it was the inside 11, so it becomes 6 and 2, and that is the dog queen. So we had your birth over here. You had your creation over here at 11. Remember, it's 11 o'clock is the 23rd hour. There's only 60 minutes or 1 hour left to the 24th hour. The reverse in the alphabet is 27, but the reverse in the clock is 25. Earth, 25. Starting history over again. 37 Nibiru is 2 and 3 cubes. Which way do we want to count it? So we understand 2 or 3 different worlds. Different worlds, understanding how many of these do we use. Every single one may have 6 sides, but we have the poles. Seems like the poles are frozen, they're iced in. Seems like no one's really living on the poles, or everybody actually is living on the pole when the pole's this way. This way the pole, or this way. And you know why? Because of the infamous 6. 147369. You turn it this way, it becomes 123 in the black area on your phone, and 789. Now, if we leave it this way, all the numbers are different. And I like to call that low shoe effect, right? The low shoe effect is that in this scenario here, the highest is 2. The lowest would be 8. That would be a difference of 6. That would automatically give me 1 here and the 7 all the way down here. And in this corner, making me have a cube inside a cube. The only way to do this, I need 2 cubes. I need to add on 4 wings, the missing corners. And when you add on 4 of those triangles, you will also get the hourglass effect. The hourglass effect will create that it is used for the woman's body. So when you add on to 1 cube, you add on the woman's body. What comes out of man into the woman? Although you don't see it, we need to make the hole inside of it. Doesn't matter if it's an innie or an outie, right? And if it's an outie, it's a VW. And a VW, why? If it's an Audi, because Audi cars are part of the VW family, part of the German rank. Because it's an Audi, Audi, it's also known for speakers, audiophone. We have to remember playing with words just as much as we play with numbers. Saying the Audi Fox. The Fox is a 45 number created by the DNA into the IT system of the sun. DC comes in your DNA, and 47. The moon galactica, the moon cycle, 4 by 7, 28. And it gives us the 4 balls, 7 strikes. And this is Mars. 14 and 15 come together. Your DNA and Mars makes 29. 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5. Those are the first 8 numbers of pi. Then we get over to number 16. We get electric company. So lo and behold, 3 and 5 over here, and 3 and 5 over here. 2 numbers. Okay, this is the 16th ranking of electric company coming together. The 17th ranking, we're back on the farm, 5 and 9. The 18th ranking, we have the church. The 1 spirit is 6, the half-life, because 1, 6, 6, 1, or 6, 1, 1, 6 would be 6, 2, 6. 6, 2, 6 is the letter Z, and it will recreate everything. 6 times 2 and plus 2 will build Rubik's Cube. That's right. 6 minus 2 equals to the 4. 4 is whole. There's other things for 4. It's the delta angle. The delta angles are the triangles that are added onto the cube. Here's a triangle, and here's a triangle, and here's a triangle, and here's a triangle. And now we've just added a little bit of time. A little bit of time, right? Z, is it Z or is it N and N over each other? Well, is it this N? How is the, I'd have to turn the book inside out. But anyways, we'd have this star. Now the question is, where do I start the hourglass? Starting the hourglass over here. See M&M, VW. You know why I started the hourglass over there? Because once you draw the hourglass that way, you automatically have But 55, you see the gates? 55 gates, 55 facing each other. So we did all these things with prime numbers, and we want to go to 16, 17, 18. In 19, the prime number gives me the spirit of 67. 3 times 19 equals 57. The spirit of the moon, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, created 67. Which is going to create the freedom of 55, and I will explain to you that a little bit later. But this one will create this prime over here. 6 and 9 equals to 13. 6 and 9 equals to 13. I don't know why it's marked 14. I had 2 things in mind. Okay, 6 and 9 equals to 13, so my prime number happens twice before 100. 5 and 9, 14. Over here. so it's no longer prime. 4 and 7, 11. 1 and 1 is 2, it remains prime. 4 and 3 is 7, it remains prime. 4 and 1 is 5. 5 is prime. 3 and 7 is 10, becomes 1. 1 becomes whatever it was. What is 1? Well, this one becomes just like 1. This one is no longer prime. 3 and 1 is 4. 2 and 9 is 2, it remains prime. 2 and 3 is 5, it remains prime. 1 and 7 is 8, it is no longer prime. 8th at the 7th gate. 2 at the halfway house. 5. In between 1 and 9 is 5. 357 is the rotation of time. 3.75 inside the moon, the rotation of time is over here. So does the moon run by the 7th gate. The moon is number 57, and 57 recreates 47 by creating Abba, father, okay, or Baba, which is the sheep, which is the night and the day, because I sleep on my sheets and I count the sheep when I go to sleep at night. Anyways, let us go to 20 is 17. It is no longer a prime number, and it happens more than once. 73 and 37 happens at 1221. That is the cube of Nibiru. Soft 17 makes a hard 18. Soft 17. This number can create this number because this is an ace. Forget about it as a 10. I'm now using that as an ace. 17 and 18, I would end up with 18 and 19. So it's like 17, 18, 19. Then we get to 79 and we're back to the gateway. 7 and 9 is 16. It's no longer prime. It becomes the halfway house. The 16th area was electric company. The 23rd area in creation brings me the church. It brings me creation because it recreates 6 and 5. The 24th area gives me the 17 again. 17 repeats again here and again here at 7 and at 20. Gematria uses the 70 in the 20th area position, okay, as the peak of the pyramids. The 24th hour of the day. The stroke of midnight, the 24 is representation of 5 to 9 in the cat. So it's the 45-degree angle because that's the way it is on my calculator, unless you want to do it a little bit different. 1, 5, and 9. There's designs that come in by tilting these things. They are what they are because who I am, I'll explain it to you in a minute. And 25 equals 9 and 7, 16 again, so it repeats at 22 and it repeats at 25. Earth's life, 63. So that's what you have, and I want to tell you the way I work. This is the way I work. From day one, when I began this theory about everything, when I knew nothing
and nothing of what I knew, I was led to know that don't stop what you're doing, because if there must be a reason for whatever is happening to your mind. There must be a reason what is happening to your mind while you're thinking this. I refuse to give up to something I highly believe is true because the mathematical reasoning, okay, is only made sense by the creation of the Word, and God created the Word, and man recreated the Word. Numbers are old. They talk about numbers, but things that you have to believe, and I'm creating something that doesn't exist in a fantasy world that I believe is a skeleton part of everything that is actually going on in this world, because everything I use is from this world. All the words, all the numbers, all the mathematical equations, I'm just repeating what has been created. Raphael, constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. That's pretty crazy. For those of you who stood on a little bit longer in this video, I'm just going to play around with this and see what I can do. As you blur it out, as you blur it back in, as you blur it out, you blur it in. Just fooling around, taking a look and seeing. I just want to look, I just want to see, I just want to see. Let me look and see. Just give me a second to set this up. What am I actually looking at? The camera doesn't want to focus on it. You see what's happening? It'll never let me focus on it. I don't know if it's the light or what. The minute I move my hand, boom. Something in this picture. If I move it higher, it's good, but there's something in this picture. My face takes up too much space, right? So I'll just use my hands. Maybe I'll be doing something that I don't even know. Maybe I'll be putting my hand into an area I don't know. Thank you for watching.